75,000 seats here at the Chicagoland Speedway. People in the infield all around this mile-and-a-half track to see the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series coming to Joliet, Illinois on a spectacular day. Let's go inside the NBC pit window and look at the pit stop of Jimmy Johnson.
All right, the 48 car comes down pit road. He will stop. The crew is ready. Chris Anderson has the jack across, goes up. Tire changers pull them off at the same time. They're indexed. They both, what a beautiful stop. They both stand up at the same time. Now watch the jackman. Stop it just 1 second. All right, back it up just one little bit. Watch this left front tire. Chris Anderson is holding on to the jack. Okay, go ahead, roll it forward, roll it forward. He'll jack the car up. Watch the tire off the left front. He's holding the jack and he's holding it tight. See that tire come off and hit that jack handle? If he wasn't holding it, sometime that will make the jack go down. But this time he had hold of it. A lot of the jack men put their leg in front of the jack so the tire doesn't hit it.
That's a good stop right there.
It was a great stop.
And you saw him take the tear off from the windshield as well, giving Jimmy a better view of Tony Stewart directly in front of him. Those guys on pit road work all the time back at the shop for 13 or 14 seconds of pressure-packed action. Matt Kenseth continues to lead. We're still under caution at the Chicagoland Speedway in Illinois. The green flag has just come out. Matt Kenseth taking the field through the first turn.
Oh, Kyle Busch goes way up the racetrack to get his run. He was 31 car. Jeff Burton
down there. That groove, like we talked about earlier, it's moving.
Tony Stewart trying to take over the third position in that orange number 20.
Jeff Burton for a big slide, 31 car. Uh-oh. Who we got? Casey Kane.
Yep.
Carl Long, sliding through.
Carl was the lucky dog. Now he's
the dolphin or the whale, whatever that. What is that down there? Killer whale.
Well, Casey
that car's
has
no good anymore.
No, he has a lot of damage. He drives away, but he looks like he's hit the left rear pretty strong.
How about how fast the safety guys were on that deal? Were they out there for the green?
There we see him up on the outside. It looks like he's going to have some contact from the back. The 42 gets in the back of him.
Yeah, but you know what? The 9 got out of the gas there.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened if he came up on Bobby Labonte, whatever, but you could see Casey got out of the gas and Jamie McMurray was in the gas and caught him by surprise.
When that back car closes in that suddenly, you realize that
see right there, it looks like he was sliding up the racetrack and he was just trying to save the car, and McMurray got into the back of him.
Now all that damage on the grill of the 42 car was done hitting the 31 a few laps back, not then.
See, he's already high, but he comes down besides Bobby. See, all of a sudden he just got way out the throttle. And
he might have gotten some more damage from that.
Yeah, the 42's got some, yeah, he does, more damage on the nose and the hood.
Let's go on board here.
Jason Leffler.
Over there.
See how fast that happens?
Yep.
You don't get much chance.
9 1/4. Staying ahead of you. Inside, clear.
You get to turn the steering wheel one time. You better hope it's the right decision.
That's exactly right.
It's just like somebody stopping in front of you on the highway. You're not expecting. You have nowhere to go. Give them a
Depends
tap.
who it is. Getting back from the racetrack.
Under caution at Chicagoland, Matt Kenseth is the leader. You're watching NASCAR on NBC. The field coming around to complete lap 129. The pace car dives to pit road, and Matt Kenseth will take them to the green flag. No lucky dog on that caution. They were involved in the wreck of Casey Kane and Carl Long.
Oh, you mean because Carl spun through the grass, he doesn't get the lucky dog?
That's exactly right.
Well, that don't sound right.
Ooh, look at Kyle Busch trying to squeeze in there. That 5 car.
See if we can get a whole lap done here.
Good that time.
The question now is going to be how good is Matt's car?
Yeah, because he's got Stewart coming.
I was going to say, and how long till Tony Stewart gets there?
And Kyle Busch. I mean, Kyle Busch's car looks awfully fast.
Tony Stewart, remember that 20 car crashed Friday morning. His car was qualified by J.J. Yaley, so he started the race today, had to go to the rear of the field because changing driver started 43rd, and we see him there 4th, and we aren't halfway yet.
That's the backup car that they got out on Friday that J.J. got in the field that Tony practiced here on Saturday.
How about the 29 car going by Jimmy Johnson, and here comes the 97 of Kurt Busch. At least trying to go by Johnson.
Not so fast, my friend. Greg Biffle dropped back on the previous restart because of what they did to the car on pit road. He's worked his way back up to 11.
Let's not count out that 25 car, Brian Vickers. He's got the fastest lap that lap. He's closing in on Matt Kenseth a little bit.
Let's bounce around a little bit. How about the 97, Alan?
Yeah, a work in progress is the way that Kurt has described this car. And Benny, you were with me this morning when I talked with Jimmy Fennick, his crew chief. They changed all kinds of things on that car. Felt like they needed better front springs, a different camber setting, more nose weight, a different track bar setting. And yet, looks like he made the right calls. And he's moving up through the field and maybe in the hunt to win this thing by the time it's done, Marty.
Alan, Bill was just talking about the Greg Biffle pit stop, so we'll tell you what happened on that pit stop. They added 2 spring rubbers to the left rear spring. The car extremely loose for Biffle, and the caution, very well timed. They came in, they had a right front tire going down, had no idea it was going down. You know how the tires normally build up air pressure, Wally and BP? It was the exact same air pressure they had started with about 30 laps earlier in the run.
It looks like they fixed that car for now anyway, because it's got some pretty good forward bite in it. As he passed Casey Mears in the 41.
Moved into 9th position.
Yep.
And driving away from him.
I'm still shocked at how fast this racetrack is. What does he? What do we see? 197, 198 going in turn 3. Man.
Biffle looking for his 6th win of the season. Currently 2nd in the championship standings. Home earlier this week, first time he'd been there in over a year and a half. Spent the 4th of July with some of his close friends and some of the people that got him started in the racing business. And a lot of talk about you in Tucson, BP.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago when you and I went out to winter heat in Tucson, Arizona, ran across Greg Biffle, and
I just went to carry your luggage.
you see Jeff Gordon, he's up a little bit. Where's he now?
He's in 20th, and it looks like he's still struggling.
Dave, is he struggling?
Well, for the 2nd weekend in a row, BP, so we want to hear it straight from the top of the pit box. Robbie, you guys have been working hard on this. Is it any closer to right?
I'm going to be proud of this DuPont Chevrolet. I mean, the guys are working incredibly hard. We just missed on the setup. We're working hard to get it back up there. Just so it's getting better than this now we need some track.
What's the main problem Jeff's struggling with?
It's back and forth. It started a little bit loose and then we get tight, so we're just trying to find the balance of it.
He says making a lot of adjustments every time, but mostly, guys, it sounds like Jeff has been reporting a loose race car, and here, that back end coming around is something you don't want.
Yeah, we reported that a couple times up here by the looks of it, Dave. These guys are racing each other hard right now. Jason Leffler in the 11 car and Jeff Gordon in the 24. About the last 3 or 4 laps, they've been side by side.
It looks like Jeff has him, and then here comes Jason Leffler back again.
And this really doesn't help their tires. When they're racing this hard side by side, you abuse your tires more. And you see Gordon get a little bit loose there, wiggled.
You see the big story this week in the USA Today about Aflac and how the duck has brought recognition to their company?
What duck is that?
Folks down in the truck, please cue the duck. I guess they wasn't ready.
Nope.
Oh, there he is.
Time for the Aflac trivia question. Who is the only driver competing today to win in every state the Nextel Cup Series competes except Arizona, Illinois, and Texas?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I wonder if he could be in that shot.
Yeah, I wonder.
Would it be Jeff Gordon, maybe?
Jason Leffler. Go with you that. Yep.
He's had 3 top 5s here, but Gordon has never won at this track. He's really working hard at it today.
Well, Jason Leffler prevails, and here comes the 40 car, Sterling Marlin. Dave?
And the other thing that surprised me about reading up on Jeff Gordon at this track, he's the only driver who's run all 4 events who has finished on the lead lap. The only one who's finished on the lead lap every time.
Well, he may finish on the lead lap today, Dave, but he will not be proud of it unless something happens between here and the end of the race.
Ricky Rudd having a good day in the 21.
13th spot.
Yeah.
I talked to Eddie Wood this morning, the co-owner of this 21 car, and he felt like that they would be pretty decent today.
Rudd started 28th. Sorry, BP.
One of their better runs of the year. And Michael Waltrip, not too bad, huh, Marty?
He's had a pretty good day, BP, but he was not happy with the 15 car on the run previous to this one. Came on the radio to the team, said this car is so bad, I cannot describe it to you. They made several changes, and at the end of the run, they were concerned about a tire going down. He said it's had a vibration on the right front, but now the changes, Mikey Likesy. The car very good right now. Michael going to the front once again.
Ooh, look at Mike Bliss. Smoking that right front. Yeah, it's hitting the fender, I'm sure.
You know, Benny, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but you know Michael Waltrip would like a strong finish here today. His longtime car owner, Chuck Ryder, passed away on Friday. Chuck owned the Bahari racing team. The 30 car was the old Pennzoil machine. Michael drove for him. Johnny Benson, Jeff Green, Derek Cope.
And Michael drove for him for a long time.
Came very close to winning. Almost had a victory at Darlington one day.
And almost won the Daytona 500 one time with Michael and Chuck. Yeah.
So to Carolyn and to Chuck's family, we send our very best wishes. Chuck, a very close friend. It was the 8 years ago next month that I went out with Chuck and Carolyn Ryder one night, and he introduced me to this little blonde from Kansas City on a blind date. 3 years later, I married her.
Well, good for you.
One of the few smart things I've done. I can never say enough good things about Chuck and Carolyn. Our thoughts will be with them today and tomorrow. Services for Chuck.
Michael's putting a lot of effort in that steering wheel. It's a tough racetrack on the driver, too. Pulling a lot of G's going around here. You're going so fast. And through the corners, you're going fast.
And you can, as you were talking about, you can feel it.
Oh, yeah.
Here, right?
Yeah,
you know.
You feel the sensation of speed here. It's not like Daytona or Talladega when you're with 30 or 40 other cars. You're all moving at the same speed. You really don't feel it, but here you know you're going fast.
Okay, Casey Kane involved in the most recent caution. Matt, you got him?
He just walked out of the truck, Bill. Casey, what happened?
It's just our car wouldn't take off for a few laps. Couldn't even feel the front end, just wouldn't turn, and got up high there, and I checked up. I thought the 18 was going to run me up into the wall, and I checked up a little bit, and Jamie had nowhere to go, so he ran in the back of me. But it's disappointing for everybody. You know, I think we could have had a good run if we could have run a bunch of long runs.
And then after the contact, we saw you go up toward the 18, sending a message?
I don't know if he was coming up or if I was coming down. You know, either way, it's. I think if I would have stayed in the gas, I would have run in the wall either way. But if I didn't hit him first, so I don't know what happened there.
Good thing is, Casey's okay.
Yep. And you
That's
know,
kind of the way we saw it.
And you know, I noticed earlier in the today, after about 25, 30 laps, I looked on the board and Casey Kane had the fastest lap that time. So he's right. After they ran a while, he was as fast as anybody, but he had no track position.
We saw Dale Earnhardt Jr. He was running in 10th. Jimmy Johnson had the fastest lap last time, but Matt Kenseth is the leader through the field when we come back.